Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the latest drama unfolding in General Hospital, where power struggles, old flames, and hidden threats are bubbling to the surface. Buckle up because things are getting intense in Port Charles, and you won't want to miss a single moment. A standoff that could turn deadly. The air crackles with tension as Jason Morgan locks eyes with Jen Sidwell, his hand resting dangerously on the trigger of his gun. Sidwell, usually smug and confident, suddenly finds himself at a disadvantage. Jason's cold, calculating stare sends a shiver down his spine. There's no room for negotiation. Sidwell knows that one wrong move could seal his fate. Unlike the war-torn chaos of Somalia, this situation is different. Jason holds all the power, and Sidwell is just another pawn in a game he doesn't quite understand. But what exactly does Jason want from Sidwell? There's more at stake here than just a simple confrontation. Sidwell, known for pulling strings behind the scenes, may have crossed a line he shouldn't have. The real question is, will he bend to Jason's will? Or will he risk disappearing forever, buried in the shadows of the Pine Barrens? Carly's unrelenting fury. Meanwhile, across town at the Metro Court, a fierce storm is brewing between Carly Spencer, Nina Reeves, and Willow Corinthos. Carly, never one to back down from a fight, slams her drink on the table, her patience wearing thin. "That's pushing Michael too far," she exclaims, her voice dripping with warning. Willow, caught between her heart and her sense of reason, has chosen to move in with Drew Quartermaine and Emily Scout Quartermaine. It's a decision that Carly refuses to accept. She's not about to let Drew play a role in raising Michael's children. Her motherly instincts scream that Willow is making a grave mistake, blinded by what she perceives as Drew's charm and stability. The argument escalates, both women digging their heels in, neither willing to budge. Carly makes one thing crystal clear. If Willow goes through with this, she'll be starting a war she's not prepared to fight. But Willow isn't listening. She believes in Drew, and more than that, she believes she's doing what's best for her family. Carly, however, is already plotting her next move. Michael will not lose his children, not while she still has something to say about it. Old flames and buried secrets. At the Quartermaine stables, Cody Bell and Dante Falconeri share a moment of nostalgia, though the memories they revisit are anything but simple. They're talking about an old summer camp experience, a time when their lives were a lot less complicated. But Cody drops a bombshell. His past with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine runs deeper than anyone, including Lulu Spencer, realizes. What exactly happened between Cody and Brooke Lynn? The answer remains shrouded in mystery, but whatever it is, it's about to come to light. Cody hints that in the coming days the truth will surface, and it's bound to shake things up in ways no one expects. Brooke Lynn has always been guarded, but if Cody's words are any indication, this secret could change everything. The power struggle at the Quartermaine mansion. Back at the lavish Quartermaine estate, Sasha Corbin is at her wit's end. Tracy Quartermaine, relentless as ever, has once again tracked her down, this time cornering her in the kitchen. Just moments ago, Jason Morgan had intervened, pulling Sidwell away from Sasha, but Tracy has no intention of letting her off the hook. The argument between Sasha and Tracy is as sharp as a knife. Sasha, tired of being pushed around, contemplates walking away from it all without even a 2-week notice. After all, Olivia Quartermaine and Carly Spencer have made her an enticing offer to work at the Metro Court, a fresh start away from the chaos of the Quartermaine family. But Tracy, ever the manipulative strategist, doesn't seem fazed. Instead, she smirks and utters a cryptic phrase. That changes everything. But what does she mean? Is she letting Sasha go? Or does she have an ace up her sleeve that will force her to stay? The dangerous game of deception. At General Hospital, Drew Quartermaine is on a mission, and Portia Robinson is in his crosshairs. With a chilling calmness, he informs Portia that nothing has happened that she can't fix. But his words aren't meant to be reassuring. There's a hidden threat beneath the surface. Drew isn't acting alone. He's working off information he received from none other than Selena Wu. She uncovered a disturbing secret. Portia had manipulated Heather Weber's medical records. Now Drew holds that secret over her like a weapon, using it to force her into a scheme she never saw coming. But what exactly does Drew want? Is he looking for revenge against Curtis? Or is there a larger plan in motion? One thing is clear. Curtis tried to ruin Drew, and now Drew is more than willing to return the favor, using Portia as an unwilling pawn in his game. Curtis, Laura, and a brewing storm. Meanwhile, Laura Collins delivers unsettling news to Curtis Ashford, setting the stage for yet another battle. She questions him directly, pressing him about his dealings with Drew Quartermaine. Drew is still furious over Stella Henry's influence on Congressman Henderson, and that anger boiled over when he confronted Curtis and Portia during a private dinner. The confrontation was on the verge of exploding into a public spectacle at the Metro Court, but Curtis, always quick on his feet, managed to defuse the situation. His response was cool and calculated. He insisted that Henderson made his own decisions. But Laura isn't convinced. She knows there's more happening beneath the surface, and she wants answers. What she doesn't yet realize is that Curtis has even bigger concerns. Sidwell and Drew are working together to mold the Esplanade into their own personal empire. And if that wasn't bad enough, Curtis is entangled in dealings with Selena Wu, a connection that could spell disaster if exposed. The threat lurking in the shadows. As the dust settles, Portia Robinson finds herself in a precarious position. A subtle but unmistakable threat looms over her, one that she can't ignore. Someone out there wants her to know they're watching, waiting, ready to strike. But who could it be? Is it Drew tightening his grip? Or is there another player lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal themselves? One thing is certain. Port Charles is a city built on secrets, and those secrets have a way of coming to light in the most unexpected ways. And that's a wrap for today's breakdown, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think holds the upper hand, Jason or Sidwell? Will Carly manage to stop Willow from making a huge mistake? And just what is Cody hiding? Next, we're diving deep into the latest shocking twists in Port Charles. Betrayals, threats, dangerous deals, and long-buried secrets coming to light. Get ready, because the drama is heating up, and you won't believe what's coming next. A storm brews in the Quartermaine kitchen. Chaos erupts at the Quartermaine mansion when an uninvited guest barges into Sasha Gilmore's kitchen, their voice echoing through the halls with a chilling warning. The intruder, furious, unhinged, demands that Sasha keep her mouth shut or face dire consequences. But Sasha, never one to be intimidated, stands her ground. Could this be Jen Sidwell, desperate to silence Sasha before she exposes his dark past? It wouldn't be surprising. Sidwell is already walking on thin ice after being linked to a dangerous hostage situation, one that involved a bomb and left lives hanging in the balance. If the truth gets out, his standing in Port Charles will crumble. The question is, how far will he go to protect himself? Sasha doesn't waste time. She immediately reaches out to Jason Morgan, updating him on the shocking visit. Jason, known for handling threats in his own way, isn't likely to let this slide. If Sidwell is trying to play dirty, he may have just picked a fight he won't walk away from. A Miami reunion, old flames and new regrets. While the tensions rise in Port Charles, Brad Cooper and Lucas Jones are enjoying the sunshine in Miami, attending a medical convention. But it isn't all professional talk. Over drinks at a bar, Brad lays it all on the table. With lingering emotions still present, he looks at Lucas and asks the question that's been haunting him. Is there a chance for us again? The history between these two is complicated. Betrayal, heartbreak, and missed opportunities have kept them apart. But time has a way of changing perspectives. Lucas hesitates, unsure if he can reopen a door that once led to so much pain. Is this their second chance? Or is Brad setting himself up for more heartache? Gio Palmieri seeks life-altering advice. Back in Port Charles, Gio Palmieri finds himself at a crossroads. With questions weighing heavy on his mind, he turns to Dante Falconeri for advice. What connects them? Perhaps the shared experience of growing up without a father, a void that shaped their lives in ways they can't ignore. Gio isn't just looking for casual wisdom. He's searching for answers, for direction. Could this conversation be the turning point in his life? And will Dante, with all the wisdom he's gathered over the years, steer him toward a path that brings peace rather than more chaos? Sonny Corinthos calls in a favor. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos is making strategic moves of his own. Sitting across from Lucy Coe, he levels her with a sharp gaze and tells her, "I need your help." The request: to keep Jen Sidwell as far away from deception as possible. Sonny knows Sidwell is trouble, and if there's one thing he doesn't tolerate, it's threats against the people he cares about. Lucy, always one to weigh her options carefully, considers the proposition. But the real question is, what will Sonny offer in return? Because nothing in Port Charles comes without a price. Lulu Spencer's risky mission. Elsewhere, Lulu Spencer reconnects with Damian Spinelli, her eyes filled with determination. She's on a mission and she needs his skills, his genius when it comes to uncovering secrets. She leans in and whispers about Martin Gray. Tracy Quartermain has been suspicious, and Lulu now shares that feeling. She believes Martin is hiding something big, something that could lead straight to Valentine Cassadine. But digging into Martin's affairs is no simple task. Spinelli warns her of the risks, but Lulu is undeterred. It's worth it, she insists. She doesn't realize it yet, but the deeper she digs, the more danger she invites into her life. Will she be prepared for what she finds? Drew Kane's ultimatum and Curtis Ashford's dilemma. At an elegant restaurant, Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson are savoring a much-needed night out, until Drew Kane storms in, his presence a cold, unwelcome shadow over their evening. His eyes burn with fury as he confronts Curtis, accusations hanging in the air like a storm about to break. "I know what you're up to," Drew states, his voice edged with warning. Curtis, caught off guard, barely has time to react before Drew leans in, his words laced with a chilling promise. "If you take something from me, I will take something from you." But what exactly does Drew mean? Curtis has been making secret moves, meeting with influential figures, striking deals. Drew has uncovered enough to know that something isn't right, and now he's making sure Curtis understands just how serious he is. Portia Robinson faces a new threat. The fallout from Curtis and Drew's confrontation spills over, and Portia finds herself in the crosshairs of something far more dangerous than she anticipated. Late at night, a shadowy figure approaches her, their voice laced with menace. The warning is clear. If she doesn't comply, there will be consequences. Could this be Drew himself pushing his threats further? Or is Selena Wu pulling strings from the shadows, offering a favor to someone in power in exchange for a debt she'll cash in later? The secret Portia has been keeping, tampering with medical records related to the Hook killer, was supposed to stay buried. But it seems someone has been digging, and now the past is coming back with a vengeance. Portia thought she had covered her tracks, but she underestimated how many people have been watching. And as the walls start closing in, she'll have to make a choice: confess her crimes or risk losing everything. And that's a wrap for today's deep dive into General Hospital spoilers. What do you guys think? Will Sasha be able to expose Sidwell before it's too late? Will Lulu's investigation lead her straight into danger? And how far will Drew go to get his revenge? Next, we're diving into the latest scandalous drama shaking up Port Charles. With secrets unraveling, unexpected alliances forming, and betrayals brewing, the characters of General Hospital are about to face some of the toughest choices of their lives. Stick with me, because you won't want to miss a second of this explosive drama. The battle over Willow's future intensifies. Willow Tate has made a life-changing decision. She's agreed to move in with Drew Kane. But the reaction to her choice is anything but supportive. Carly Corinthos Spencer and Nina Reeves are prepared to do whatever it takes to prevent this from happening. The tension has been mounting for weeks. Carly's fiery confrontation with Drew at the PCPD may have been the final push Willow needed to go through with it. It's almost as if every time someone tells her what to do, she digs in her heels and does the opposite. Carly was telling the truth. Drew has a history of deception, and this move could have consequences Willow isn't prepared for. But Carly's warnings may not be enough to stop her. And then there's Nina, who may finally decide to drop a bombshell in an attempt to keep Willow from moving in with Drew. Could she confess to sleeping with him, hoping that the truth will shatter the illusion Willow has built around him? If that happens, all bets are off. Sidwell's ruthless plans take a dark turn. Jen Sidwell is a man on a mission, and right now his biggest problem is Sasha Gilmore. If he can silence her, he can continue pushing his agenda forward without interference. Sasha holds dangerous knowledge. She knows the truth about Sidwell's past, including how he once held her hostage in a room rigged with a bomb. If that information spreads, his influence in Port Charles will take a massive hit. He's already scheming to shut her up, but just how far will he go? The worst-case scenario? Sidwell may resort to threatening Sasha's mother, Holly Sutton, to keep her quiet. And if that happens, it could set off a chain reaction that no one sees coming. Lois Cerullo's secrets begin to unravel. Meanwhile, Lois Cerullo is in panic mode. Her past is coming back to haunt her, and if she doesn't cover her tracks soon, her deepest secret, the truth about Brooke Lynn Quartermain's adoption, could come spilling out. Ned Quartermain is already suspicious. How much does he actually know about what happened when Brooke Lynn was a teenager? Rena Sofer hinted in a recent interview that he may know more than he's letting on. If that's the case, Lois has every reason to be worried. But at this point, does it even make sense to keep the truth hidden? Gio Palmieri, Brooke Lynn, and Dante Falconeri deserve to know what really happened. With Joe's mother gone, he could use a real family now more than ever. Will Lois finally come clean before someone else exposes her? Lulu Spencer's relentless search for Valentine Cassadine. Lulu Spencer is desperate to track down Valentine Cassadine and bring Charlotte home. She's willing to cross any line necessary to make it happen, even if that means involving Damian Spinelli in her increasingly reckless mission. She's convinced that Martin Gray is hiding something crucial about Valentine's whereabouts, and Tracy Quartermain's suspicions have only fueled her determination. Spinelli, despite his usual moral compass, finds himself drawn into her scheme. But as he starts digging into Martin's private files, emails, and notes, he stumbles upon something completely unexpected. The truth about Gio, Dante, Brooke Lynn, and the adoption scandal. Will Spinelli reveal what he's found, or will he keep it hidden to protect those involved? Elizabeth Weber's meeting with Drew. What's at stake? Elizabeth Weber has agreed to meet with Drew, but what exactly is she walking into? With so many power plays happening at once, trust is running thin, and Elizabeth could find herself caught in the middle of something she never intended to be part of. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer is debating her next move. With so many pieces shifting on the chessboard, every decision carries weight. If she makes the wrong call, it could cost her more than just answers. It could put her entire future at risk. A forbidden romance and a dangerous game. Jordan Ashford and Dr. Isaiah Gannon are growing closer. Their attraction undeniable. But their romance isn't as simple as it seems. It has to remain a secret, especially because Jordan is toying with Sidwell, manipulating him to gather intel. The danger is real. If Sidwell catches on to what she's doing, the consequences could be severe. But for now, Jordan is playing a dangerous game, and she'll have to decide if the risk is worth the reward. Sidwell's summons. What's his endgame? Sidwell has summoned Alexis Davis to Spoon Island, and the mystery surrounding this meeting is growing. Could it be related to the ongoing mineral rights dispute at Deception? Or is he looking for a legal loophole to protect himself from the storm that's about to hit? It's also possible that this has something to do with the Sasha situation. If he can't force her into silence directly, perhaps he believes Alexis can be swayed into helping him keep the truth buried. Sonny Corinthos and Tracy Quartermain's latest clash. Port Charles wouldn't be the same without Sonny Corinthos and Tracy Quartermain locking horns, and this time their feud could be about anything: Drew, the grandkids, Willow, or even Sidwell. With so many overlapping conflicts, Sonny and Tracy find themselves on opposite sides yet again. Meanwhile, Willow has been getting close to Dr. Isaiah Gannon, though it appears to be strictly professional. However, it wouldn't be surprising if Isaiah, after hearing Jordan's thoughts on Drew's character, begins to form his own opinion about Willow's choices. Could he be the voice of reason she needs? Ava Jerome's cunning advice to Portia Robinson. Portia Robinson is in deep trouble, and she knows it. Someone has threatened her, and she needs guidance. So she turns to the one person who knows more about threats and survival than almost anyone in Port Charles: Ava Jerome. Ava is no stranger to manipulation, intimidation, or power plays. She listens carefully to Portia's fears and, in classic Ava fashion, offers advice that is both coldly practical and dangerously effective. The question is, will Portia take her advice, or will she try to handle things her own way? Carly's date interrupted. By whom? Carly finally gets a moment to herself, enjoying a date with Jack Brennan, when someone interrupts. Could it be Drew, determined to stir up more drama? Or is it someone completely unexpected? Felicia Scorpio, meanwhile, is playing the role of confidant, as Anna Devane shares something deeply personal. Could it be about Jason Morgan? Or does it involve the ever-dangerous Cyrus Renaud? Whatever it is, Anna trusts Felicia enough to confide in her. But is she ready for the truth that might come out in the process? Brad's confession? A manipulated reunion?